All right, so we were talking about earlier foods that revitalize health, like foods that in the news recently. They've been talking about how they're curing different illnesses, and I think it's mainly because people have been trying out new diets and diets are um, I guess,
Spring.
yeah, more friendly to the body. And a lot of people have been calling these diets Paleolithic diets.
I'll go back to the basics.
Yeah, and basically it's natural food, no additives are added to it, no chemical involvement with the foods.
Yeah,
Um, More like homemade, less involvement of oils, sugars. Some foods still have fats in them here and there, but it's more like it's towards the natural. Some
yeah.
people have been trying out less meat and more plant-based diets versus people who are still eating foods, but they're not like fried and all that. Maybe they just like say are baked or
Teenagers.
oh oh yeah, there's different foods like can be roasted in the oven and all that. So I actually did a video earlier with I think it was with Baba. We were talking about this lady who I think she had Alzheimer's. Let me
Uh,
see if I can find it right quick. I have it listed here. One second. So yeah, I think this elderly lady had Alzheimer's. I think she was around 80 years old or so.
yeah.
And let me see if I can find it right quick. So foods to vitalize health. So it's one of the
Uh-huh.
earlier videos. So it's about so the lady was regaining her memory like with this new diet.
Uh, that to me that suggests a deficiency in the first diet.
You said it suggests a deficiency in the first diet?
Yeah. So with the new diet gave her the tools for her memory to get better.
Right. So one of the big things she was eating more of were nuts and berries, specifically walnuts,
Uh-huh.
which I know walnuts have protein in them, but I don't know what other big material they would have. Uh,
I don't know. I know pistachios are good for you.
yeah, I imagine they are. But let me see what else here. Yeah, and she had trouble even. I mean, her dementia. So dementia is what she had, not Alzheimer's. She had.
Uh,
I mean, it was severe to the point where she was not recognizing family members. She could recognize her son. Let me see if I can figure out what else they had off the top of my head. Uh, so fish was one of the other big things they were mentioning. Uh, Sunflower seeds,
they're getting a lot of stuff out of jellyfish now.
jellyfish.
Yeah, it's got some ingredients that improves memory and brain functioning.
Okay.
But just Google use of jellyfish for brain function.
You said it was jellyfish?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, jellyfish. You see one.
Let me see what I can find right quick. Now they use it for food, you say?
Yeah, they eat, yeah. Or they put them in pills.
Yeah, because I have here, just from going to Wikipedia here, some species of jellyfish are suitable for human consumption and are used as a
Yeah.
source of food and as an ingredient in various dishes. Edible jellyfish is a seafood that is harvested and consumed in mostly Asian, Southeastern Asian countries. Um,
Yeah.
some countries consider it to be a delicacy. Uh, Edible jellyfish is often processed into a dried product.
Yeah.
Um, Sushi is
So
another big
anyway,
thing and all
they're
that.
going to be doing a lot of work on that to see what's going on.
Yeah, so it actually turns out that and I'm reading about your state right here. It says that raw jellyfish in the state of Georgia, um, and also a big area where they produce the edible jellyfish, I guess, where they dry it and all that, because they have been shipping this out towards Asian countries such as Japan, China, and Thailand.
Now, is that Georgia in Russia?
No,
Or
Georgia and
Georgia in the United
U.S.
States?
United States.
Okay,
Yeah, it's the U.S. state of Georgia.
okay, gotcha.
So that's interesting. Says here some people consider it to be medicinal.
Yeah.
Some have possible hazards to them, such as they have, those toxins on the jellyfish that help kill the fish.
Yeah.
They can be harmful to humans.
Yeah. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, but the ones that are good, I'm reading that they can be used for salads. Seems to be the big thing here. Sushi
Yeah, it's
and all
not in
that.
my diet.
Yeah, yeah. So now the big thing that I was reading about was avocados. I know
Yeah.
avocados are really big recently with the last 10, 20 years. Compared to
You say a carp, C-A-R-P?
the avocados.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's got some good stuff.
Yeah, I know they have a lot of plant-based natural fats in them.
And just about every American's diet needs to move that way. We eat too much meat.
Hmm. Yeah, I think in total, the people tend to eat too much meat, especially now for all the hamburgers, hot dogs, all that.
Yeah. You only need a couple ounces of meat a day at most.
Yeah,
If you have the other stuff.
yeah, I know fried chicken is also a big thing.
Yeah. Well, if you don't eat the skin and the crust around it, it doesn't penetrate the meat so much. So you're not really having too much fat.
Yeah. So let me see if I can find what I was reading on the news about it. Looks like Europe is on a rise of avocados, causing a drought in Chile, apparently. There's restaurants around the country popping up where they're primarily based on avocados.
Yeah.
Avocado toast used to be the biggest thing in the news. I remember about a year ago, I was reading a Charlotte local news agency, and they were talking about just avocados in general and all the different things that have been done with them in terms of the food market and restaurant industry in Charlotte.
A lot of people are talking about avocados as a superfood.
Yeah, and I mean they're tasty too because usually people add a little bit of salt or olive oil, or they add it to like a salad, and they add lime juice, and then people add usually onions, tomatoes, peppers, and they make guacamole, which is the big thing. Let's see, let's see here. Yeah, no, I know they're expensive here in Charlotte, and it's mainly because of the demand more than the supply, I think.
Yeah, and now they have, well, this is toward the end of the season, so I think that they're importing the avocados now.
Yeah, they are, and I've actually been reading that in Mexico they are doing this thing where avocado farmers now have to hire guards around their farms because of
People stealing them.
yeah, and people stealing them, protection against I think it was the cartel or something the other, because
Yeah.
they would take over the farms, and the farmers don't
Yeah.
want that. But yeah, I'm just reading different articles here right now. Seems to be in the United Kingdom they're selling it for about £1. Says avocado can regulate blood pressure, lower cholesterol, protect against skin aging, so that implying wrinkles here.
Yeah.
Avocado toast pizza is a big thing in Seattle.
Oh yeah. Well, I would imagine the best form to have it is raw.
Yes. I'm reading here that apparently they're going to open up an avocado museum in San Diego, California.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
In my head, I think of avocados as a junk food because I've only recently heard about it. But it's been around, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been around in Latin America forever. I mean, it's what you would call Mayan food, Aztec food,
Yeah,
Central
it's
American.
indigenous.
Yeah, I guess indigenous would be more to what it is, and I'm thinking it's just as soon as it hit the U.S. market, it just exploded from there. And it's only,
Yeah.
I guess, recently. I mean, I'm thinking it's like 10, 20 years, but I'm thinking it's more like, for me, it's more like maybe somewhere like 7 years ago. Because
Yeah.
before then, I've never really heard of anybody eating avocado.
Well, it's been around. You just don't see it. It was in Spanish markets.
Yeah. Uh, it's another big thing, which I even remember way back when I went to Spain last time. They had avocados with like a crab salad or like a tuna salad, and I'm reading one here talking about spicy tuna stuffed avocados.
Uh-huh.
It sounds good.
You don't see too many fat Spaniards.
Yeah, that's true. Even though apparently Mexico is on the rise, but
Yeah, they eat our food.
yeah. But I'm trying to think what else was I read here. The avocados is the big thing I was reading on today in the news.
Yeah.
What are some other foods that you can think of that are very um, healthy?
Oh God. Well, anything with roughage in it, like celery and um, green, like oh, stuff you can eat raw is usually better for you
Oh yeah,
because you get it in its natural state. Cooking can alter some of it,
right.
but Brussels sprouts, uh, broccoli. Of course, broccoli is a big one. Got a lot of iron in it.
Oh yeah.
Look, the Mediterranean diet is what has been recognized the last 20 years or more, probably more, as the best, one of the best diets on the earth because they live much longer than the rest of the world.
Oh yeah. We've been getting. If you've taken a look at the list of the longest living people right now on record, you get
Uh-huh.
France, Italy. I think there's a person from I think either Spain or South America, somewhere around there, and then
Uh-huh.
one or two people from Japan. So if they're fish diet, and they don't usually eat a lot as well. But yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
at just different things for the Mediterranean diet, and it's
There was a woman where grandma, where my mother lived in Ivy Hall. She's 104 now.
104 years old. That's good.
Yeah, she's happy about it, I guess.
Yeah, I bet everyone's wondering what she's doing right.
Well, she said no extra weight.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to get stressed. Very calm. Doesn't talk much. But that may just be her brain is getting old.
Oh well. But yeah, I'm just looking, and even because the Mediterranean diet is a kind of a vast area because that's, I mean, Mediterranean. We're kind of thinking more Europe, but this is
Yeah.
including a little bit of Eastern Europe. Uh, this is including Arabic, Jewish to a
Well,
degree.
you, you got Northern Africa on that too.
Right. And I'm just looking at all the different things here, and I'm seeing
But they all eat. They don't overeat like we do.
right, and I bet their foods are more filling too.
Probably. I
Yeah, I mean,
imagine. Probably only eat once or twice a day.
well, yeah, I mean, it depends on all the countries as well. I mean, one big thing I've just noticed is I don't see anything that's classical American really. I'm not even seeing like macaroni that much. The first thing I see here is just some French fries, which I don't
Yeah.
think French fries are necessarily Mediterranean. I know, like this common thing is like cucumbers and tomatoes as a salad. They usually add a little bit of like olive oil or lemon juice
Yeah.
to make kind of like a dressing.
Carrot.
Yeah, carrots sometimes are added to salad as well.
Yeah.
Um, Seeing more like Greek food as well too here. So that's like the feta cheese, um, the what do you call it, the pita or the gyro or spelled like gyro sandwiches.
Euro.
Yeah,
The way I've heard it pronounced is euro.
gyro. I mean that's the way I heard it correctly too, but I might be wrong. But yeah, and then you see kind of like
Well,
little,
that's got lamb in euro sandwich.
yeah. Usually they have lamb meat in it. Sometimes they have
Yeah.
other meats in there, but usually apparently the classical way is to have lamb meat. And I remember way back when I went to Spain, they would have different places that would sell that, and usually they would have the sandwich that a chef would prepare, and then we would given two different sauces, like a red kind of tomato pepper sauce that was more spicy, and then
Yeah.
like a cooling sauce, which I think was like made out of yogurt or something like that, and I think it had dill in it and a
Mm-hmm.
couple other herbs.
You may want to give some thought to signing up for that Johnson and Wales school there in Charlotte.
Well, I've considered it, but I can't seem to find information on to how to exactly sign up for the classes. The only information I'm getting redirected to is the classes that they have nearby where I am, which is talking about what's it called? Whole Foods, and they have a like a kitchen where they have people take classes there, but it's expensive.
Uh-huh.
It's like I think it was like half an hour for about $40 or so, full hour anywhere from like 60 to 95. One time I saw it was like 110 for an hour.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually become a student at Johnson and Wales. That's where the price is going to happen. But you're going to have to buy knives.
Oh yeah, and then buy something to carry the knives to class and all that.
Yeah, yeah. But if you don't have something that's exciting you to do for your life, cooking is always interesting.
Yeah, so that's interesting there.
You can go by and just get some information from them, and just see what courses what curriculum they have, and what the cost would be.
Yeah,
But those knives they have are super expensive.
oh yes.
But they're very good and last a long time.
Yeah, I wonder how long they usually last.
That's how much you sharpen it.
Yeah. And some
But
people are not.
they're always buying knives.
Yeah. You know what's an interesting thing is there's a lot of foods that are considered Mediterranean, but they use ingredients that are not necessarily from that area. Like a lot of American ingredients, such as like when the first colonists came to America, they would bring over these other weird like fruits, and I think trying to remember what that would be. Like I know pumpkin is considered American.
Yeah.
Can't remember where tomatoes are from off the top of my head. I know avocados would be American, like Central
Yeah.
American. What else?
Or at least from the Americas,
Yeah, the
north,
Americas.
central, north or south America.
Yeah, that's what I it's intended to mean for that. But
Yeah.
trying to see what else they have here. Yeah, I mean that's really good. I think peppers are something American as well.
Yeah. Several of them are. Yeah.
Greek
Well,
salads.
because the problem with being a chef is you work long hours because you love it, and you're on your feet a lot.
Yeah, I used to work as like a chef back during when I worked in the movie theater for a little bit, and yeah, you're on your feet always.
But you put a rubber mat there, and that takes a ton of strain off you need.
It a little bit helps, but sometimes the mats are uneven, and then you have to make sure you're not tripping over the mats. And then every day you have to clean the mats, and then
You just have to buy good ones.
well, even with the
So you
ones we
have to hose
bought,
it.
every day we had to clean them.
You just hose it.
Yeah, but they're heavy, the mats.
That's what your other staff below you does that for you.
Well, I was
So
the below staff back then.
oh, I know. You know what it is. The bad stuff goes down. Let's go.
Yeah, because I remember they were having me wash dishes for several months in a row, and that always was not fun. But anyway,
Well, but if you're going to be a chef, you're going to have to know how to train people for every job function in a restaurant.
yeah, that's true. And I'm training like 5 different people right now where I'm working, so that's all
Well,
something in itself. But yeah, so that's interesting there.
come up with a cuisine that people really love, make a lot good money in it.
Yeah,
A new thing people are starting to do now is they do cooking in people's homes.
it's like
For like for a party.
cooking in people's homes. What do you mean by that? That's like they hire a chef and somebody comes by to their house, or
Well, they're going to have a big party out on their yard, and they want somebody to come in and do the cooking.
okay,
So you could go that way and make $400-500 in one night
okay.
if you're good.
Hmm.
You just there's companies that do that. They do catering, and you've got the standard food like you get in a cafeteria, but the wealthy people want something special. If you can give it to them,
Yeah.
they pay a lot for it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I've heard of people doing that for weddings and all that.
Absolutely. But you got to be really good and can't have mistakes because they don't reschedule weddings so well.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I imagine. But that sounds interesting. But yeah. So
Yeah, some people, if you get the skills in that, you can start your own company. You can have teams that can have 2 or 3 events in a same day if you've got the space. Don't need a warehouse, I guess.
yeah, yeah, that's
But
true.
your uncle Bill's got a warehouse space. Maybe this is kind of what you want to do.
Right. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's true. But you've been saying that you've been eating healthier yourself, trying to go on a diet. What have you been recently eating?
Well, more fruit
Fruit. Okay.
and vegetables,
Mhm.
and I've probably cut my amount of meat I eat in half.
Yeah. Well, what specifically have you been eating? Like what kinds of fruits and vegetables and all that?
Well, a little bit of avocado and whatever's in season, but pineapple, uh, the fresher, the better, you know, and minimizing the sugar and stuff. Some things you have to have a little sugar in, like strawberries.
Yeah, I'm able to eat strawberries fine by itself. I mean, even that, having a fruit salad, which I haven't had in a while, they're usually really good.
Yeah, so I eat a lot of bananas,
Okay.
uh, uh, oh, nuts, a lot of nuts, much more nuts than I used to, and that's the kind that are in syrup, sugary stuff, like in a candy bar. Just fresh, whole, you might toast them.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm eating more pistachios.
Yeah.
Those
You're
are pretty healthy.
right.
In fact, I'm seeing a lot of recipes for food that you have pistachios in it.
Like what exactly?
So yeah, so you could be doing things like, say you're catering for people. You could start up making like pistachio butter.
Well, I haven't heard about that, but do you mean like? Oh, I see what you mean. Like peanut butter, and you mean pistachio butter, so like something like a spread.
Yeah, and that's pretty healthy. So instead of eating something full of sugar, they're eating something that's healthy.
Okay.
So you could start a mail order thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of companies out there that are doing, where you order the food and all that, and they bring it
Uh-huh.
to your house. But from my understanding, every company is different. Not all offer the same deals and same meals and all that. And that is
Yeah,
something that I've been interested in starting up, at least locally here. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So you can do that while you get the kinks out of everything. And
yeah, that's true. And
uh, I was just listening this morning on TV. They were talking about lamb. Uh, it's a very good meat, very low fat.
oh yeah, I bet like were they talking about other meats as well? I'm trying to remember what other meats. I think venison was one that was good, and what
Yeah,
else? Veal sometimes is
veal,
good as
yeah,
well.
lamb, venison. All these things are good. The old food.
Right.
Of course, now they would salt it and try to preserve it longer, which is the salt is not good. But I guess there's a way to cook it, cook that salt out of it a little bit.
Yeah. So I remember people making like beef jerky and all that was a big thing back in the day.
Yeah. Well, just combine that with some exercise
Oh yeah.
and live longer. When at the turn of the 1900s, the average life expectancy for a male was like 48 to 55. Women a little longer. So we increased the life expectancy 40, 50% in 100 years.
Right.
So, probably keep getting further back as we get rid of diseases and things. But see, that could be a way to market your products. You have a Mediterranean uh, food, which is, I think that's considered the cuisine that produces the longest life, man.
Yeah.
So, so you can specialize in that stuff.
Oh yes.
There's probably people out there doing that now. I can't be the first one to think of that.
Yeah.
But just get, interesting. Just make people want it, and then you can sell
Right. Yeah, that's true.
it. They have what they call street fairs where they shut down a couple of blocks and they have these booths.
Oh yeah, like the farmers markets and all that too.
Yeah, well, you just bring the food, cook up the food you want. You've been in Greek restaurants where they shave the meat off a slow cooked lamb.
Not in the U.S., but in Europe, yes.
Yeah, well, and you'd be the one that brings it to the U.S., or at least your part of the world.
Yeah. But yeah, for some reason it's not. Well, it's something that they're trying to bring here to Charlotte, but I haven't seen anything good yet. So it seems like it's not what it's supposed to be, or it's noticeably different.
Well, I think the way you can get that started is having a festival.
Oh yeah, because Charlotte.
Celebrate, a Greek festival. There's plenty of Greeks around here.
Oh yeah.
I know they have it. I'm sure the Greek churches have it.
Yes, they do.
So you can go to that and see what they're fixing and what looks like it would be profitable and doable.
Yeah.
And then start advertising locally for, well, you could open up a cart on the corner.
Yeah.
Get a following, see if people take to it. And if they do, open up a restaurant.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Florida that had a hot dogs that were really good.
Yeah, you're telling me a little bit about him, but
And he had it in a trailer that, he did the cooking in the trailer. He had six sections out on the ground. And his place was overpacked. Why don't you open up a restaurant, where people can go in and sit down? He says, well, that would just about double or triple what my cost would be. As long as I keep my food service on wheels. It's different rules.
yeah.
And I said, oh, I see your point. So it'd probably be better to have 2 or 3 of the carts going around or at different locations across an area than to have a big restaurant.
Yeah. Imagine so. Because I know here in at least Charlotte, they're trying to make these food trucks the big thing. They have food truck Fridays and all that. And I actually went to one of their festivals, and it would be 10 to 15 different trucks and cars, and they would park around a major area where a lot of people were. And that time happened to be right next to, I think it was one of the brewing companies in Charlotte. I want to say it was like Sycamore Brewing, or so I can check right quick here. But yeah, they had like 10, 15 different food trucks, and they varied in different cultures. Like they had Vietnamese food, Thai food, they had Greek food, had like American. I think the biggest one. Well, in Charlotte, I think the number one food truck right now, I might be wrong, right, with current times, but it used to be a food truck that they called Poppy Queso, which is like American little bit Spanish-based food,
Yeah. Yeah.
and their big menu was based on actual grilled cheese sandwiches, which was kind of a funny thing. But they were actually hosted on the Food Network channel with Guy Fieri,
Oh yeah.
and that because of that they got their big break with that. So they actually have a very good menu, simple menu, good foods, a lot of good sides as well. The big thing that they offer is called the Pig Mac, which is a play off the Big Mac from McDonald's, but it's pulled pork, bourbon onions, mac and cheese, cheddar. On
Sounds good.
Yeah, and it was featured on the Food Network, and it's very good. And they have different flavored grilled cheeses, and I'm looking at all different ones, and they all look good.
Yeah.
Um,
That's good to me.
yeah, and then they have sides here of smoked tomatoes. They sell pickles, bacon. I'm not sure what Roots 11 chips are. I'm guessing that's like a bag of chips from a company. But they have, they sell the standard regular beverages, water, Coke, different sodas, and as well. Mexican Coke, kind of playing on the theme as well. And I've actually, I haven't met the owners, but I've seen the actual owners before in person, and they were on the Food Network as well. They still they still work their trucks. My understanding are very nice people, and I've seen a little bit of the Food Network thing. But yeah, besides that, I think it was on Sycamore Brewing, just like right next to um, their main like place. Yeah, I see it here. So it's like a little building, like a brick building, and they have like a bar towards the back of it, and you see through a window inside their brewing facility. And it's not a very large building, even though photos of it make it look out to be large. But I call it a nice, cozy building.
Yeah.
And then they have people playing music in the background, and it's a very good place to bring friends to,
Yeah.
especially if you like bars and all that. Uh, so that was the big thing then. But yeah, so food trucks are the big thing right now. So that makes sense as to why the guy would only want to um, be on a truck.
Different rules.
Oh yeah,
It gets much more complicated when you're in a building.
right. Because like you're mentioning, they have to have restrooms and all that. They would need to have what else?
Pension plans and licenses, different inspections. They all are inspected, but it's a different standard.
Yeah.
You've got to pay for air conditioning, that's $4,000 a month.
Oh yeah.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. And you just have, three girls at the counter.
Oh yeah.
That place I was telling you down in Florida, he had that, and you wouldn't believe. He used to just do it himself. And it got popular and started having some success.
Oh, he was one.
So he had to spend all his time cooking. So he hired some, young, attractive girls, and his business tripled.
Oh yeah.
He said, of course, he said, look at, I can't think what his name was now, but he was just this redneck guy, way overweight. And he said, I've got a face for radio.
Oh really?
Yeah. But he usually doesn't deal with customers directly, although he knows a lot of them. They yell, hey, whatever his name was, I forgot it now. And it just, makes a difference.
Right.
It depends on who you're attracting to your restaurant, what kind of atmosphere you want.
Oh yeah. That's good.
You know, it'd be pretty easy. It's put right next to that, you know, that guy where he's selling hot dogs, maybe some hamburgers, but a lot of hot dogs. If I was going to suggest something to him to add that he doesn't have, I'd have homemade ice cream.
And you know that's not actually too difficult to make. I've made some
Oh, I
before.
know.
You just need the right ingredients.
Yeah, you make the ice cream, and it's not that. You know, it's a little, it's more expensive than, but it's you get far more people coming.
Right.
So there are plenty of people who, about 6 o'clock in the evening, say, you know, I want some ice cream.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course, Sally's never heard me say that.
Yeah.
but well, she's laughing. I like Klondike bars.
Oh yeah. Deanna likes
But,
has been getting them too
but,
recently.
yeah, or you know, if you combine the right menu, so barbecue and hot dogs and hamburgers and real homemade ice cream, you'll get a crowd.
Yeah. I imagine. Well, that's good.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna. I think Sally milling about. I think she's gonna want me to get up and we're gonna have to go to she's showing a movie at Ivy Hall this afternoon. I think I'm cutting it, getting close to her deadline.
All right. So then I'll let you go because I have to get ready for work as well.
Okay. Well, enjoy your day at work.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, you have a good day as well. I'll
Good
see you
talking
later.
to you.
All right. Talk to you later.
See you now.
See you. Bye.